And a top find here at QVC, out of all the thousands of products that you'll see on a weekly basis, top finds are the ones that stand out with truly exceptional values. Last weekend, I was on the air and we were able to offer an HP computer where over 20,000 people in one day bought a computer. Wow. That's pretty amazing.
That's a lot of computers.
For the folks who are Apple folks, equal time. It's just got to give you a shot.
This isn't a gubernatorial race, Dan.
But still, I don't want to. No more hate mail. I can't take it. This is the MacBook Pro. This is the 13-inch MacBook Pro with the Core i5 processor. It is truly one of the best deals we've ever seen on the MacBook Pro because we bundled it together with a lot of software. We give you the soft-sided carrying bag. We give you the hard shell case. We give you the mouse. We give you the power strip. We give you everything. And there really are two groups of people. You've got your PC people and you got your Mac people. Never the two shall meet, right?
We have both in my house.
We do?
Yeah, we get along in our house. We do all right.
Why is this Apple and MacBook Pro group so absolutely ravenous for the MacBook Pro?
Well, the reason I love the MacBook Pro and the reason I hear from a lot of people is that it's so easy and intuitive to use everything on a MacBook Pro. A lot of technology, which scares people away, is I don't know what button to press.
Right.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that.
Control, delete.
Yeah, and
finger gymnastics.
Function F97, and you got to do like yoga on your fingers to hit all the buttons at the same time. That's not what the MacBook operating system is all about. If you know how to use an iPad, you know how to use your smartphone, the transition into the Apple operating system is so simple, so easy, so intuitive. In fact, it looks like actually an iPad. All the icons here on the bottom, all of these programs, they're exactly the same as they are on your iPhone. So photos that we have right there. We have the Maps application, the calendar, iTunes, the App Store, all of that stuff is the same. And now instead of doing things like you do on your phone where you look at a photograph of, you can tell I have daughters, they dress up the dog in princess things, princess outfits. Instead of doing this and swiping from photo to photo on the screen, the way we do it on our phone, you just use the oversized trackpad right here, and that's how you make those transitions.
And it's seamless.
It's so easy, it's so intuitive. When you dive into this world, you say, this is the way using a computer is supposed to be. It's the way I love it, and that's why people love MacBooks.
By the way, MacBook, there's not a good, better, best story in the Apple family with computers, which there is with every other computer company in the world.
No.
So they all look like boxes, and you kind of look at them and go, I don't know. And you run into these computer people love numbers and letters together, like DDR3 random access memory and this, that, and the other. There is a MacBook Air. There is a MacBook Pro. That's it.
For the laptop world.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's two of them. Everything they do is their top of the line for their computers. So they don't cut corners in any way, shape, or form. Antivirus is not necessary because the MacBook Pro is almost completely innocuous.
Yeah, we can't guarantee it, but the operating system is unique. So it's not the same operating system you use on PCs. Now, every PC, if you go on the internet, you want antivirus. I can't guarantee a virus is never going to attack your Mac, but the way the operating system is created, it's something that hackers just don't bother to waste their time with because they can't get in. So I know, speaking personally, I think I've had 3 MacBooks now in the last 13, 14, 15 years.
Okay.
Never had a problem with a virus, and we're still using 2 of those MacBooks in my home today.
And people, by the way, when they have a MacBook Pro, they hold on to it for a very long period of time because there's nothing to go out of date.
No.
So let me show what the offer is, and let's play.
Sure.
Let's get into it. So this could be at $1,249. You do pay a little more for a Mac than you might for some PCs, but again, you've got a longevity. You've got a constant life where there's very little frustration. Everything is the same. You're going to get all the same accessories. You're going to get your rubberized keyboard protector that comes with it. You're going to get your mouse pad, a wireless digital mouse. You get your extension. You get a USB extension. You also get your power strip.
Yes.
You don't get any of this stuff normally when you buy a MacBook Pro.
You get a power cable, a nice box in your computer, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
So we then include a hard shell cover, and we've got 2 brand new colors that we hadn't been able to offer before. We're calling this, is it silver marble?
Silver marble and then gold marble. And Dan, those 2 colors are new this month for QVC.
New this month.
Yes.
We also have rose gold and black. And if you want that solid,
This is regular gold.
Regular gold, pardon me. Yeah. If you want the regular black, we've got less than 24 that are remaining, and this is called houndstooth. Now, all of these will come with a black, soft-sided carrying case, because you need that soft-sided carrying case. I'm just destroying the display here.
Keep going, Dan. That's why they have me here.
We then also have purple, and that'll give you the purple overlay in the purple case, and then we have what they're calling blue camo. And in the blue camo, we have fewer than 100. For those people who have been PC people, and we're going to convert a few of them today, sometimes PCs can be very frustrating, and you don't get that with the Mac experience.
I don't think that you do. I mean, you really don't, because it's that intuitive operating system. And the great thing about Apple, they do constantly upgrade their operating systems, but it doesn't cost you anything. And it's an easy upgrade, just like you upgrade the operating system on your phone. Again, that's why people are really falling in love with Macs over the last couple of years. They've always been the computer of choice for the very creative people out there, the people that are doing video editing and photographs and creating slideshows, writers, that type of thing. But what they're noticing now is this is also a great machine for productivity. So if you want to run your business off of a Mac, you can do it, because you can get that Microsoft operating system for Word and Excel and all of those things. But everything about the MacBook is just so smooth. It looks great. Looking right now, this is the application called Maps. Very similar to what you see on your phone. They've actually upgraded the Maps. Apple acquired a company a couple years ago, and they have this 3D Maps going on here, Dan. You may recognize this town here, your old stomping grounds.
I know it well.
Yes, Indianapolis, Indiana. So what we're looking at here.
Greatest town in the world, by the way.
According to Dan
Personal
Hughes.
opinion.
I'm sure it's a wonderful place.
That's the Lucas Dome.
I've driven through Indianapolis once. It was night. I didn't stop.
You drove through. You should have stopped.
I was a little busy.
My mother would have baked you a chicken. That's the way it is in that town.
Hey, Mrs. Hughes, I'm coming through. I'm doing 85 miles an hour. But with something like this, the 3D Maps application,
right?
It's already loaded. It's not additional software you have to buy, and it's exclusive to Apple, rather. You get the same thing with Photos. This is the application that's designed for this computer. You still have iTunes on there. You like that? He's a stylish dresser. There's that App Store as well. So the same store that you're using already for your iPad and for your iPhone to get all those great applications, from gaming, for productivity, all of that. And look at how I'm navigating here too, Dan. I'm using the oversized trackpad. This makes things easy and intuitive for everyone to use the computer. I'm not worried about pressing the F key and a shift and a command and all those things at the same time. I'm using this trackpad, 3 fingers on the trackpad. I can see every program that I have running at the same time right now. Again, easy, intuitive, and simple for everyone to use. That's why people pick up a Mac and they go, man, this is the way I want to use a computer.
The Core i5 processor was built for this machine. In particular, this machine.
Yes.
So you also have, by the way, 0.5 terabyte hard drive on it. That's 500 gigs.
That's massive. Yes.
That's enough to store all kinds of photos and writings and documentation for years and years and years. Let's do a little tour.
Sure.
Let's show them around.
Well, what I'm using right now is iMovie, another Apple program that we have here. So I'm showing you this cool little sledding video.
Great screen.
You like that?
Apple is known for their screens.
Their screens are spectacular.
It's why their iPad just
we're looking at the high definition screen here, 13.3 inches, built-in high definition webcam right into the bezel here as well. You have the full-size keyboard. There's that keyboard overlay that I have on mine. I can peel this off here. This is just silicone. It helps keep all the dust bunnies and the crumbs away from your keyboard. We showed you the oversized trackpad. This is the way you're going to be able to navigate everything. But you also have all the connectivity ports on the side here as well. Apple's going to give you more than what you're going to see with a lot of other manufacturers. We have the power hookup, hardwire to the internet. If you are in a hotel or a location, you don't get Wi-Fi.
Can I interrupt?
Sure, go ahead.
This is going to seem like such a minor point, but that power hookup is a magnetic hookup.
Yes, so there's no deep plug that insets into the machine.
And I'll tell you why that's important. Well, I've got 5 dogs in the house, and one of them is a puppy. And that dog is like lightning with fur. And she will zip past the kitchen table and has unplugged my wife's MacBook Pro 100 times. But never once does it yank it off the table. It just pops the plug. That little magnetic plug is a brilliant concept.
It is, and it's part of the innovation of Apple. But you also have plenty of other connectivity as well. So these 2 ports right here, you may never use them. That's the FireWire and the Thunderbolt port. What they are, they're just faster way to transfer data. So if you have a lot of large video files, you ever try to download a movie? You know how it takes longer than downloading a song? Video files are bigger. So if you do have technology that uses the FireWire or the Thunderbolt, you can use those 2 ports.
And if you don't now, you will in the future.
Very good chance that you will. 2 USB ports right here.
And
you'll be using those all the time. Micro media card reader. There's your headphone jack. And here's the thing that Dan was talking about before when he was saying how Apple has 2 versions of the laptop.
Yep.
The MacBook Air, they don't have a full disk drive. The MacBook Pro, this one does. It's a slot loading disk drive for all those CDs, all those DVDs. I still have a music collection of hundreds and hundreds of CDs.
Sure.
I still got to play them somewhere.
I agree.
But this technology is disappearing. Everything is moving digital. But if you still have those movies on DVD, you still have all those old home movies that you've edited together.
Right.
You need to have a way to play them. The fact that we have the disk drive in there, you'll be able to do that.
By the way, a slot-loaded disk drive is a more expensive piece of equipment than the ones that pop out.
And the plastic tray?
Less to break.
The plastic tray that comes out can get snapped. This is not going to get snapped. There's something that actually exits the machine.
It really is flawless integration. And Mac had the reputation at the beginning of being the artsy computer.
They did.
And that was fair, but it turns out that it's an easier operating system than it is for a lot of us that don't consider ourselves to be computer people to work with than a PC or Windows 10.
I agree, because it's very intuitive and very simple. So let me just give you a quick little example here of surfing the web, okay?
Okay.
So I'm using 2 fingers on the trackpad. Now, what Apple has done when you're surfing the web, how many times have you been on one web page, you're like, you know, I want to go back to the previous page? Well, you no longer have to worry about using the arrow keys or finding the arrow up here.
If you wish to.
You can do that, but what Apple has done, it's very much like turning the pages of a magazine or a newspaper.
You just flip.
2 fingers on the trackpad and I swipe from left to right.
Yep.
That takes me to the previous web page. And I can go right to left, again, to go back and forth. This is so easy, so intuitive. It's the way all of us have been reading newspapers and magazines for years. Now you're using that same kind of gesture on your computer, so anybody can pick this up and go, yeah, that's the way I want to do it.
We're a dual family. I'm a touch PC guy. My wife is absolutely a MacBook Pro gal. And she was trying to convince me for many years to switch over, but I'm kind of a creature of habit, even if it's a bad habit. And I think people understand that. So I was
We're not going to go through your list of bad habits right now.
We don't have time.
You want to lay on a couch for a few minutes?
The show's over in 5 minutes.
Okay.
But what I found very, very quickly is that the learning curve for a Mac is greatly reduced. Greatly reduced. So when I really need to be productive, I'll have times when I borrow her MacBook Pro.
Nice.
So
I like the fact that you've picked it up too, because for a lot of people there was that moment of, gosh,
it's one world or the other.
Yeah,
they never mix.
That's the techie world. With Apple, their operating system is intuitive. It is very simple. Again, using that same app store that we all use all the time with our phones, and the icons look exactly the same as well.
Which means there are things that are available for your computer because you have an Apple MacBook Pro that you won't have if you've got PC.
That's true.
And there's a lot of it.
Some of these programs, absolutely.
Yep.
There's also the seamless connection between using your phone and using your tablet. You'll use something called the iCloud.
Yeah.
It's a way to back up all of your photographs. And let me show you another real cool, simple thing. So on that little toolbar we have here at the bottom, one of the applications, it looks like a rocket ship. It's called Launchpad. Anytime you click on Launchpad, this is going to show you every program that you currently have on your computer. That's the easiest way to find it. One click and I can say, oh, do I have Microsoft Excel? Absolutely I do. Do I have iMovie? Do I have my photos?
They reduce you having
Where do
to
I find
pull
maps? Everything is right there.
You're not pulling up a window that you have to subclick to another window, to subclick to a third window, to find what it is that you're looking for. It's immediate gratification and immediate information.
It's nice and simple as well. As you can tell with the power and the performance here too, Intel Core i5, 4 gigabytes of RAM. So what does 4 gigabytes of RAM actually mean in real speak? It's the ability to run more programs at once. The more RAM you have, the more productive it is for all those programs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 programs running at the same time, Dan, and there's not a hiccup, there's not a slowdown.
No issues.
This machine has power and performance.
So why buy it from us? I mean, there's Apple stores out there, Craig.
That's true. You don't get pretty colors.
Yeah, and there's a lot more than that.
We do pretty colors.
What we do is we give you the same great piece of equipment, but then we give you the accessories bundled together that you don't normally get. These would normally all be a la carte and add-ons. That flexible screen protector, that keyboard protector, or keyboard nut, keeps all the sesame seeds and the sticky fingers, et cetera, out of the keys.
When you're munching on those pretzels late at night, yeah, they catch the crumbs.
I like working with a mouse, although that keypad is wonderful. This is a wireless mouse with mouse keyboard pad. You've got then a micro USB port, kind of like a power strip for the 2017.
USB power strip, yeah.
We give you a regular power strip. We give you the extension cord. We then also give you a choice of colors for your hard shell case in rose or black. The black, by the way, is very limited. We've got a dozen left, and that's it. These two colors down here at the front are brand new. This one is our silver marble. That's gold marble. We then also have houndstooth. Now, all